Hola a todos! I have found this great Spanish translation practice booklet online. I will link it in the description. In this video, I'll go through these two translations on the topic of El Insti. Hopefully, it will motivate you to download this document yourself and practice translations. They're worth quite a few marks in exams, and I don't think students practice them enough. Vale, vamos. So first one is from English into Spanish. I love my school, so to say we love. Me gusta is I like, so to say I love, me encanta. It's a stronger version of me gusta, so me encanta. And then after this, you need a verb or a noun. So my school, mi colegio, I'm gonna say, or you can say instituto as well. Mi colegio, that's the noun after that. So me encanta mi colegio. It is big. The word for it is, the word for is es. So es big and big is grande. Moderno is modern, and be careful, we have to match up the O here to the fact it's colegio, it's el colegio, which is why it's moderno. And is E, there are, this is I. So I in the present tense. So there is or there are is the same thing. So I and then 300, the word for 300, we'd say trescientos. Tres and then ciento is 100, so altogether trescientos. The students, alumnos is one way of saying that. Alumnos is students. There are 50, again, I for there is or there are. 50 is 50. And the classroom is perhaps a tricky word, aula. So I 50 aulas is feminine, so aula, aulas. Because we're saying obviously more than one, there's 50 of them. And there's just a comma here, a sports center, un for a. So un polideportivo. And if you look at this word for sports center, it has deport, like the word deporte, it has the word sport in there. So deportivo, again, un, and the word for theater is teatro. Okay, that's quite easy. They're all in the present tense so far. Now we go into the present tense. So ayer is yesterday. I arrived. Llegar is to arrive. So llegué. And then at school, I'm just going to say al colegio. So this A is like to or at, and so a plus el becomes al colegio, and then at 8:30 a las ocho, and then and a half is media, 8:30. And I studied, so it should be e. I studied is estudié with accent on the e. Estudié. Okay, with the full stop there. I studied 4 subjects. So I'm going to write 4 as the white out. So cuatro. Then asignaturas. 2 more sentences left. I don't think I'll have space, but that's fine. Let's make this a bit smaller then. Okay. So 4 subjects. I had lunch. So a couple ways of saying this. I'm going to use tomar. Tomar is like to have or to take. So tomar el almuerzo. Or you can just say almorzar. So almorzar is your verb. So you can conjugate this. I find this a bit trickier, so I'm going to just use tomar el almuerzo just to make it easier for myself. So tome in the present tense, I took or I had, and then the noun is the same. Almuerzo, have I spelled that correctly? Tome el almuerzo, see? And then at, again, just like we saw with at 8:30, 12:30, a las 12 y media. No full stop there. And I played, so y jugar is to play, so jugué. The accent on the e there. Jugué deportes, I'm gonna say. I played sports. Jugué deportes in the afternoon, por la tarde. So during the afternoon time, por la tarde. Well, again, so okay, yeah, the best thing is lo mejor. The best thing, lo mejor de, that structure, we can think of the about as of, so we don't use sobre, we just say lo mejor de. Mi colegio is that es que the teachers is los profesores. And then are very nice. 3 words here. Son for they are. Muy for very. And then simpáticos. The accent on the A. Okay, I've written a bit weirdly, but there is the first translation here from English into Spanish. In terms of difficult words, to arrive is definitely a difficult one. Maybe the nouns like sports center, maybe to have lunch as well. So to have lunch, to have dinner, to have breakfast, those can be difficult. So cenar is to have dinner. Desayunar is to have breakfast. If I just put this in like yellow. Okay, and the rest of it I think is kind of easy. Okay, now we're doing Spanish into English. Let's switch black to black. So, mi colegio still is just my school. Está ubicado. A synonym of this is situado. Situado, that should be a days. Yeah, I think like something like that. So está ubicado is situated, or in English we just say located. I'm going to use the more common word located. So my school is located. Remember, está comes from estar, to be. So this está is almost just like S, but we're using está because the Dr. Place acronym for location and place, we have to use estar, not ser. Even the está and S both do mean just it is, mean the same thing. So my school is located in London, is what Londres is. London. Es enorme, so it's big. It is big. We could say enormous, but I'll just use big. And quite, bastante is quite modern. So similar words as above. Me gusta mucho, I like a lot my school. Or I'm going to say, I like my school a lot. How you say that in English? I like my school a lot, mucho, because, porque, I have is tengo, un montón looks like a mountain, so it's basically just a lot. I'm going to say a lot of, even though you can imagine it just means like a mountain of, like a mountain amount of. So I have a lot of friends. Suelo ir, I usually go to school, and this a pie bit could be tricky. A pie is by foot, or maybe you could say like walking, vios or walking, but I'm going to say by foot. That's what that means. A pie. Vale? También is also I have again. So I have this tengo que llevar is like a set phrase there. I have to do something. I have to wear is what llevar means. So tengo que is like a chore of something. So if we just say, yeah, tengo que is I have to do, in this case, I have to wear. A uniform, que consiste, that is what que means. That consists, this looks like English is quite easy. So que consiste en, that consists of. Unos is difficult to translate. How would you translate unos? It's going to be some. It's the plural of a in English. The plural of a is going to be some. So you have a book versus some books. The similar thing here that consists of some black trousers, or like black pants, but we'd say trousers in English. Black trousers, una camisa blanca, a white shirt, and una corbata is a difficult word. There's a tie, so and a red tie. So I've included the articles, the indefinite articles, una, and then unos. Yes, so saying some, a. Okay, one more sentence to go, two more sentences. Si tuviera. Si tuviera is a very good GCSE phrase. If I had. Si tuviera comes from tener. So if I had mi elección, if I had like a choice, if I had my choice, would you say in English? I'm gonna say if I had my choice. No tendría. I would not, and then have is the key word because tendría comes from tener again, so I would not have to wear a uniform. And another expression here, es tan incómodo, it is so uncomfortable, to end off. It is so is what tan means. Incómodo in no, not uncomfortable, uncomfortable in English we'd say, wouldn't we? So uncomfortable. Okay. So that's both translations done. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, and adios.